तेजस्वी नावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning. How are you all? Doing well? Very good. So today, continuation of the topic I dealt with on Saturday. This is episode 2. Yes. So children born of same parents are not the same, right? Very often we see children born of same parents, they differ from each other in a huge way. How do we account for the difference? Same genes. Science says that qualities are transmitted from parents to children through genes. But same genes, but one child actually is exceptionally brilliant, one child is very dull or normal. Could be, right? So, how do we account for the difference? And also, if genes transmit characters, qualities, let us say every individual actually has a mixture of good qualities and bad qualities. Father has something good about him and something bad about him. Mother has something good, something bad also. If it's a genetic transmission, if all the bad in father and all the bad in mother comes, so the child would be a veritable demon. If all the good in father and all the good in mother comes, the child would be God. So, who determines what percentage of good in father and what percentage of good in mother should come to the child? Or what percentage of bad in father, or what percentage of bad in mother should come to the child? Who determines? How it is determined there? Science says a random exchange of genetic information takes place through meiosis. You might have heard 23 chromosomes come from father, 23 chromosomes come from mother, right? So the zygote is formed. So what percentage of good in father and what percentage of good in mother should come? Who determines? There's a random exchange of genetic information. Something good, something bad from father, something good, something bad from mother comes. But our science and the tradition says, the reincarnation, punarjanma. Parents, they only provide the physical material, the material that is required for the body. The software is already made. It's a new soul that takes birth. Okay? Whatever the actions that you performed through a previous embodiment, previous body, it could be animal body or human body. When we human beings, when we die, only the physical body dies. The soul takes the mind or the subtle body or linga sarira and then actually reincarnates. It takes up another body and it looks for a proper womb. After the death of an individual, what happens? The soul along with the subtle body. What is the subtle body? That is the mind. All the actions that you perform through this particular body, okay, in this birth, that is the resultant. All the samskaras that you have gained by performing actions through this body, those samskaras, which is called mind or subtle body, and the soul, they transmigrate and they enter into a new womb to take up a new body. The software is already made. Parents are only providing the hardware, basically. Software, actually, the soul picks up from a previous birth. But that point of time, if you seek the intervention of the divine, okay, Only one power in this universe has the capacity to undo the previous bad actions or previous bad karma of that particular soul. And that's the reason if parents pray, an exceptional child will come into the world. We have this example of Prahlada in our culture. Prahlada's parents are Hiranyakashipu and Leelavati, Asuras, demons. So if you have to explain it through genetic transmission of characters, because parents are Rakshasas, child also should be a Rakshasa, right? But the child actually was an exceptional child. He was the greatest devotee of the Lord, Bhagavatottama we call. Bhagavatottama. What happened there? When Leelavati conceived, when she was carrying Prahlada in her womb, she happened to stay in Narada Maharshi's ashrama. That sage Narada narrated her the stories of God all the time. Because she was a demoness, she was a Rakshasi, she would doze off, she would sleep because she won't understand what Narada was telling. But the boy inside the womb of the mother, so sensitive, so alert. Okay, Prahlada heard everything about God in the womb of mother itself. So whatever Narada had told, that created such an impression in his mind, and he was born a greatest devotee of the Lord, but born to Asuric parents. Father was a Rakshasa Hiranyakashipu, the greatest demon, and mother also a Rakshasi, but the child was the greatest devotee of the Lord. There, what happened to the gene theory? It's not genes actually, it is the environment. Today, scientists call it as epigenetics. They're saying it's epigenetics. Genes determine only 15%, 85% environment. How the parents, father conducted himself and the mother conducted herself when actually a new life is coming into their life. That depends the greatness of the individual. So only in human beings it is possible. That's why conscious parenting has to happen. If you want great people in the world, great parents we need. When you do penance, when you do tapas, and you through prayer, and you bring the children into the world, you will be doing immense good to yourself and also to the society. What society today needs is you great men and great women. Vivekananda said, we don't need law. There is always too much of law. Okay? What we need is not much law, but godly men and godly women. Do you understand? What we need is not much law. We need godly men and godly women. People for whom practicing dharma is a passion. They just want to follow dharma, they just want to abide the dharma, that's all. Not through laws. Through laws, you can't make moral people moral. You know, today India, how much of corruption is there? So many laws are there. So you have to be born right. You have to be born with divine samskaras. For that, actually, as you are tomorrow's parents, as I already told you in the last class, as a generation, we should have one aspiration, one goal. What is that? The next generation that we are going to bring into the world must be better than us. You have to have that aspiration. You have to have that objective, that goal, that desire. Then only things will happen. Otherwise, everything happens unconsciously. In animals, actually, birth happens unconsciously. Animals, they cannot progress there. Animals cannot do anything consciously. The beauty of human life is this. Animals, they tend to do everything unconsciously. Human beings can do things consciously. Why I'm doing this? I want to marry. What for? What is the ideal of marriage? Why should I marry? You need to know. Then you want to become a parent. What it means to become a parent. What kind of father I can become, what kind of mother I can become. I'm going to bring a fresh life into the world. That life has implications. That life could be a good life or bad life. Right? Tomorrow we see children or people are wondering why this guy behaves like this. Samskara. Born like this. Now you want to change the individual. No, you can't change like that. Is it easy to change a human being? Have you changed anybody? Have you changed anybody? I'm asking. Once the samskaras, certain samskaras are ingrained in the individual, by birth they have come. In between, it's not easy. That's why Swami told, better off when you are born with the right stamp. Better off when you are born with the right stamp. So samskaras actually, what are the samskaras that are formed when the child is growing in the womb of the mother, those samskaras will stay with the child for the entire life. That's the reason it's conscious parenting has to happen. So we have started a program by name Arya Janani. You can just Google and search what is that Arya Janani is all about. So the program details are available for all of you to see and to study and to educate yourself as tomorrow's parents. Thank you. Have a nice day. Please visit the website Arya Janani.